Hi, today we're going to talk about holographic wills. A holographic will is a special kind of will that allows a person to create one on their own without having to go through the process of hiring a lawyer and the process of getting it witnessed and everything done officially. The reason that this was brought into the world was to allow people to do their own will in situations where they may not be able to get a lawyer or witnesses, times of war, that kind of situation. Now, the problem with the holographic will is that they're more easily challenged. There are situations where people who think that they're owed something under the will can challenge that it's a valid will because no one has witnessed it. They don't know for certain that it's your writing that's writing down your last intentions. The other issue with the holographic will is that people, when they handwrite them, often don't use the right language in order to deal with their assets, or they leave things out. This could cause a situation where not only do you have to probate the holographic will, but you also have to go through the process of letter of administration, an intestacy, a situation where for a portion of your assets or part of the situation is not dealt with in the will, that you now need to go through that process of situation as if there is no will at all. Now, one of my favorite cases in law school was involved a holographic will where someone had hurt themselves badly with a tractor and they carved their will and signed it in the fender of their tractor. That tractor fender was then submitted to the courts and it was accepted. So they do in fact work, but there are times when it goes wrong. Wrong language, it's not all handwritten, they're missing clauses in the will, things aren't binding. Someone else drafted the will, remember it has to be all in the one person's handwriting. The other reason why you might want to look at hiring a lawyer instead of doing a holographic will is that there's certain provisions in a will that really should be drafted properly. So things like if you have minor beneficiaries and you want to set up a trust for them, that's going to be really important, and also in terms of guardians and whatnot. Also, if there are situations where your last wishes are not properly expressed, they may not happen at all. And so just to make sure that you're not incurring more taxes for your estate, you're distributing the assets properly, it's good to get that opinion to make sure it's done right. Overall, the cost of a will is not greatly expensive, and relatively in law, a will or will package is the best example of an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure, because the consequences of not having estate documents can be thousands of dollars instead of a few $100s. So if you're considering drafting your own will and signing it yourself as a holographic will, make sure you do your research so that you do it properly and you don't run into problems for your family and your estate.